Cooking your first real meal is terrifying, and honestly, you'll probably ruin it. I know I did. But right now, I'm going to show you exactly how to skip the initial panic and start cooking with absolute confidence. I'm breaking down the exact steps to making good food without the stress. And if you stick around till the end, I'm handing you the ultimate cheat code, a collection of dead simple meals you can start making tonight. Before even touching a spatula, you're probably making the biggest mistake a beginner can make. Most people think they hate cooking, but what they really hate is the stress. You're trying to read instructions, manage temperatures, handle sharp objects, and balance flavors all at the same time. And if you mess up, you're left sad and hungry. To fix this, we're throwing out the confusing steps and breaking cooking down into 3 simple phases: the prep, the heat, and the patience. Pick a simple recipe and buy exactly what you need to make it. If you're not sure where to start, just pause this video and go through your latest Uber Eats orders. I'm sure there's something on there that's both delicious and super easy to make. With that out of the way, it's time to start cooking, right? Wrong. Don't even think about turning on your stove. Seriously, don't touch the dial until you've prepped your vegetables, measured your liquids, and chopped your meats. Keep those pieces roughly the same size so everything finishes cooking at the exact same time. Getting all of this ready beforehand saves you from juggling a million things while your food burns. And while you're prepping, you need to lock in your seasoning. As a rule of thumb, the earlier you season your food, the better. Giving spices time to soak into your ingredients transforms the flavor. A foolproof combination for almost anything is equal parts garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika, with just a pinch of black pepper. But when it comes to salt, things get scientific. Salt draws out moisture. If you salt watery vegetables like mushrooms right before tossing them into a hot pan, they rapidly release water and steam instead of searing. But for meat, like our salmon, salt is your best friend. Salting your meat right before it hits the hot pan after you've patted it dry is exactly how you build that crispy crust. Now that your ingredients are prepped and seasoned, we move to phase 2. My 3 favorite cooking methods are roasting in an oven, cooking in a pan, and boiling in a pot. To master all 3 today, we're making roasted garlic potatoes, pan-fried salmon, and potato cream soup. I'm not gonna talk about deep frying because I try to avoid it as much as I can, and you should too. Let's start with the oven. To keep things completely stress-free, you just need to remember 2 rules. First, be patient. Most recipes tell you to preheat your oven, and that's because each one takes a different amount of time to reach the target temperature. If you put your food in too early, there's a good chance it's gonna come out still mooing. You need it piping hot before the food goes in. Second, avoid thermal shock. If you're cooking with glass, clay or ceramic, make sure they're actually oven safe. And even if they are, never throw them straight from the fridge into the oven, or vice versa. Those massive temperature swings will shatter the dish and you'll be left scraping raw food and broken shards from the bottom of your oven. Don't ask me how I know. While the oven's handling the potatoes, we need to talk about the stove. There are 3 main types of pans: non-stick, cast iron, and stainless steel. Non-stick pans are usually used to give you to cook eggs. Cast iron is practically indestructible and holds heat forever, making it the ultimate tool for dishes that go straight from the stovetop and into the oven. Stainless steel gives you that same searing power with the added bonus of letting you build a pan sauce from the brown bits left behind. Today, that's exactly what we're using to get a crispy crust on our salmon. However, if you use it incorrectly, your fish will tear to shreds. To avoid that, keep it dry and hot. Pat your meat completely dry with a paper towel, because surface moisture turns to steam and makes hot oil explode everywhere. Then, don't just heat your pan, heat your oil as well. Stainless steel has microscopic pores that grab onto food. Letting the pan get hot first closes those pores. Once it's hot, add your oil and wait for it to shimmer. When you drop the fish in, it will stick to the metal. This is perfectly normal, so try not to panic and don't attempt to pry it off. Just wait. Once the proper crust forms, the meat will magically release itself from the pan. With the salmon searing and the potatoes roasting, we've got one final cooking method left to conquer: the boil. Boiling might seem like the easiest method of the 3, but it's actually where most beginners ruin their stovetop. To make our soup without it erupting like a volcano, you have to control the heat and the lid. Cranking the dial to the max and walking away is the fastest way to scorch the bottom of your pot. Once your liquid reaches a boil, drop it down to medium heat. A gentle simmer gives you a perfectly even cook no matter what's in the pot. Also, starchy foods like potatoes create a ton of foam when they boil, so if you clamp a lid down and walk away, that foam will quickly boil over and completely ruin your stovetop. Leave it cracked so the steam can escape, or just take it off once it's simmering. Which brings us to phase 3. This applies to all of our cooking methods, so make sure you remember it. Simply set a timer and trust the process, but don't just leave the kitchen. Recipes are guidelines, not the law. Keep an eye on your food. Just because a recipe says 10 minutes doesn't mean your stove agrees. When it's all done, simply put it on a plate. We aren't aiming for fancy restaurant presentations today, we're aiming to not be hungry. So let's quickly summarize the ultimate beginner framework. Eliminate the stress by chopping your ingredients, measuring your liquids, and locking in your seasoning before you even touch the stove. Preheat your oven and avoid putting cold glass into a hot environment. Dry your meat and let your pan get properly hot on medium heat before adding oil so nothing sticks. And control your pot's simmer while leaving the lid cracked so it doesn't boil over. Set a timer, but trust your instincts and keep watch. You just learned how to handle a pot, a pan, and an oven without panicking. And as promised, to guarantee you never have to stress about what to make next, click the playlist on the screen to unlock a collection of dead simple meals you can actually make right now.